PHP doesn't have a date type as it does a string type or integer type, double type, array type, Boolean type, etc. But it does have a date function which allows you to do everything with dates that you want to and need to. I'm going to show you how to get things like Monday out of a certain date, or to find out, for instance, what week it is of the year given a certain date, etc. Basically, to find today's date, for instance, let's just do this here. Date MDY shows us 12/17/2007. M is the month. Then we have a slash. D is the date. Large Y is the year with 4 characters. Small y, year with 2 characters. Let's do a date and time. Echo date M, D, Y, space, H for hour, I for minutes. Well, month already took the M, so I for minutes, and S for seconds. And what do we have? Date and time. We see how time is flowing onward. If you're working on an international application and need to display a German date, for instance, you can do it like this. Date, and then have the day first, a dot, month, dot, year. And it looks like this. So you can see you have quite a bit of flexibility with the date function. How much flexibility do you have? Let's take a look in the PHP documentation. Put your cursor on date and press Shift F2. And Eclipse will take you to the PHP documentation for date. If you go down here, you'll see the codes that we typed in. For instance, M was month. Here it is. You can look through these and try them out yourself. Some very useful ones, for instance, this one is quite often needed in international applications. It is the RFC 282 standard, and all you have to do is give an R. So you get the full formatted string. Quite often you need to give a date time in terms of seconds since January 1st, 1970, which is known as the Unix epoch. You do that by sending a capital U. Let's do that. Seconds in Unix epoch. I believe we're over 1 billion now, aren't we? Let's see. Oh yes, many, many seconds, and they're ticking by. So you can go through these and find the ones that you need quite easily. Let me show you some that I find particularly useful, like the name of the day is a lowercase l. So you can say today is date L. Today is Monday. And you can fit that right into text. Or let's say in Germany, the week number is very important. Sometimes you'll get a memo that says, complete this in week number 32, and you think, when is week number 32? Well, just send a capital W here, and we see that we are in week number 51. And you can get good at these so that you can output some quite complex dates and times. For instance, it is date L, that'll be the date, and then we need to escape all letters that we just want to print as text. So, for instance, we'll put a period at the end. Let's see what that gives us. It is Monday, the 17th of December, 2007. So that's all fine and good for today's date and time, but what if you want to get, for instance, tomorrow's date and time that is a relative date and time. Let me show you how to do that. You get the tomorrow seconds, for instance, like this, with make time. Now I'm giving the time here, 0 hours, 0 minutes, 0 seconds. The date, M, as in month, date, D, as in date, as in day, plus 1, as in tomorrow, date, Y. So let's just see what we get here. Tomorrow seconds. Show where we are. Those are the number of seconds that are going to be tomorrow at 0 o'clock. Now, what do we do with those? We get a date array. Let me show you how to do that. Tomorrow date array, we'll call it, equals get date, which is a PHP function, tomorrow seconds. So now let me show you what's in this array. For each tomorrow date array as key value, and show us what each of the values in our data array is. Key equals value. So let's see what it shows us. So we have tomorrow at 0 o'clock. Here's the seconds, minutes, hours. The M day, weekday. Weekday is the second day of the week. The month is 12, year is 2007. The day of the year is the 351st day. The weekday is Tuesday. Tomorrow, month is December, and these are the seconds again. So you can use that in a sentence like, tomorrow is tomorrow date array. And then let's pick out one of these. Let's get weekday. So week, lowercase d, weekday, and then with a BR at the end. That's fine. Okay, now Eclipse is already ominously telling us that there's something wrong with the string. Let's see what the browser says. Also tells us that there's something wrong. What's wrong? When you use double quotes and you have a complicated variable like this, you need to put it in curly brackets like this, and that'll take care of everything. Eclipse says it's okay, and the browser says it's okay, and our string is tomorrow is Tuesday. So that's how you can build a date array for a relative time. You just need to add, for instance, one day here, or you can add years or months. What if you want to get a date and time for a specific date and time, not relative to now, but a specific date and time? Let's do that. Specific date, we'll call it. How about Christmas next year? So we have Christmas seconds equals make time. So 9 o'clock on Christmas morning, 2008. Christmas date array equals get date Christmas seconds. So now we can have a nice string here. Christmas next year is on a, we're not going to forget our curly brackets here, Christmas date array. Get the weekday out of the date array. Close the curly brackets, semicolon, and what does it say? It says that Christmas next year is on a Thursday. So you can see that you have quite a bit of flexibility by using the function date and make time and get date in the way that I've explained here to manipulate dates and to show the current date and time, a relative date and time, or a specific date and time.